Namaskar, students. Welcome to the 10th session of Sharda Lipi class. Today, we will start the conjuncts, how to write conjuncts, and in fact, these will be very interesting class from today onwards. Maybe next 5-6 class, 4-5 classes which are left. I hope students should be attentive, and there are very special rules in Sharda which we will learn. And before just going through the today's class, I would just like to recite this particular mantra of Panchastavi. Om Chanchitkaachan Kundalangadhara Abadkanchi Sajam Yetam Chetasi Tadgate Shanamapi Dhyayanti Krutva Stitim Tesham Veshamasu Vibramadhara Sphari Bhavantyaschiram Madat Kunchar Karnatal Tarla Sthairyam Bhajante Sriya. During our last session, we learned about the matras a, I, in fact r, also, then o, au, and then also we also learned in the matras, the special matras for a, especially for 5 characters, and special matra for un, u. So I will request Nidhi ji if you can just help us on looking at the assignments from students, and we will take it forward.
Sure, sir. Thank you. Good morning, everyone. As sir mentioned, I'll just take you through the assignments uploaded last week. Can you see my screen?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So this is the first assignment I'm picking. This is a very nice, clean assignment, neatly written, not many corrections. Just a couple of corrections. In Jhu, if you can see, it is correct. I mean, shown the correct form. The U matra in Jhu does not come below. It comes on the curve that is drawn on the side. The matra is written on the curve, not at the bottom of the letter, as the correction is shown here. Pretty much
this was a correction from our side. I will take it today. I think only
Okay.
on Ju, which was, yes, it was my mistake where I showed the U is written on the left side on the vertical line. But yes, if you have pointed out, yes, I will correct it when we take it.
Okay.
Maybe if you show how it is written, both Ju and Ju, if you can just show once again to students, that would be
I would try. I'm not able to get the. Okay, 1 minute.
I will take it. I will take it.
We can take it during the class.
You can. We can take it during the class. I'll just check if I'm able to get. Yeah. So I think this correction is among all the all the assignments. So I think we should take it for everyone's benefit. We should take it during the class. So rest, everything is correct. Only this particular letter is to be redrawn. So rest, everything is correct. Okay, this is another assignment of Aishwarya ji. Here also, pretty much rest, all the letters are correct. As you know, this particular Ju will repeat. So I'm not. So in case any other assignments has this correction, I'm not pointing that out because that will be shown again. Yes, in case of ta, the letter, uh, uh, the letter itself, not the, I wouldn't say the matra, the letter is curved. So if you see, it's like this. It's not very close loop like, sorry. It's not very close loop like this. It has to be made a little broader so that the above part of the letter also comes with, in the same distance, or the same framework. Just make sure that you make the curve a little wider. So that's what is shown here. The curve isn't correct. Otherwise, the matra is correct. We'll just go to another. Just 1 minute. I think. This is another assignment. Pretty much all is correct. Very neatly drawn. In fact, making special instructions, writing this, making sure that you mentioned these, special way to write or instructions or rules. This comes handy as a reference material later. So I would really want to appreciate this particular assignment today, that writing those pointers that these are special instructions for certain letters, and making it colorful, really would be helpful for later referencing, that when you start reading maybe manuscripts, forming sentences. So really appreciable. This is a very nice homework, very nicely done. Another assignment. This is from Mr. Panchapaganesan. So corrections are shown here. I'll just in this particular ru matra, the okay. So the u shown here is so the matra is slightly, it is to be drawn below. So some places what is shown here, see here, we can see that the matra is not attached to the letter, whereas it has to be attached to the letter. That is what is shown here. So this is, this is shown here in, but the correction done. If you see here, it is shown. This matra has to be attached to the bottom of the letter. So if you've drawn this matra, this particular place, if you see, the matra is not connected to the letter, whereas matras, all matras in case of u and u in these 9 letters have to be drawn just below the letter. It has to be attached to the letter, I would rather say. So this is for do. In case of bu, the matra here again, make the curve, the upper curve and the matra very clear. So if, for example, in case of bu, if this is, you're drawing, so as it's shown, this is the curve of bu. So you've drawn this letter like this. This is a very, it's a big curve like this, and u matra has the, it has to be very, you should be able to see it very clearly. It has to be, a little longer as compared, a long curve just below the letter bu. So again, the correction is shown here. Good that you've tried some words also. Yes, that also reminds me that in the assignment folder, the reference material folders, we had uploaded a sheet which had examples of the words with these particular matras. I think all of you have probably missed that part. So what you can do is you can just go through that folder again. It's in the reference material folder. There is a sheet which has examples of the words with these particular letters and matra, special rules of these particular letters. You can go and attempt that in the coming week. Mm. I think rest all are correct. Okay, now picking another assignment. In case of gya, if we see correction has been made, I think in the original assignment, this particular curve was not made. That is what the correction is made, because it is not, I mean, correction has been made on top of it. So what I think you had not made the curve here. So if you see this particular curve that is drawn as a correction, so I believe probably you missed that curve and you just drew the two lines what is done normally made for gya. But in gya, this these two are not draw, I mean these two take a form of a curve here like this in case of gya. So I think that is the correction that is being made here. Another, okay, in case of the two letter, again the see when we draw two, so if this is your letter the matra would start slightly on the side. So here it's shown here in, if you see the original work or the assignment that's been done, the matra is joined here, whereas it is not to be joined here, it is to be joined slightly on this. The matra has to start slightly on the side like this, and u would come here. So it has to be drawn slightly on the side, not at the bottom, because at the bottom then it will go way beyond the framework of the letter. If you see that, if I draw it and you start the matra like this, it will not, that is one, not correct, and second, it is not looking really aesthetically good. So it has to be started on this particular side of the letter. Again in bu, so you have to first complete the letters shown here. What in the original assignment, if you see, for example, here, if you notice that the matra, the letter is one written or maybe finished way too early, and then a matra is drawn, whereas that is not the correct way. So if you write like, if you have drawn bu, so first you write the letter, complete the curve, and then draw the matra. So again on the side it would start. So the matra has to come start on the side after you finished the curve of the letter. Then start the matra on the side of the letter like this. We'll just pick another assignment. Okay, so here there are corrections made for certain letters. First is na. So if you see the letter, the correction that has been made is the curve. the curve doesn't have to go too far. It has to, to outside the out of the letter, the the side part of the curve. It doesn't have to go too far out of the letter. It has to stay within the framework. So this correction has been drawn here. If you see, it falls within the letter, whereas this is going outside the letter. If you see in the original assignment, it is going slightly outside the letter. So that's the correction that has been shown here. Next one, in the case of ku, if you see, again, the matra in the assignment, if you see, the matra is drawn out, detached to the letter, whereas that is not the case. It has to be attached to the letter, has shown the correction. That when you're writing the letter, for example, this is your letter k, half, as you would know that while writing any matra or any other conjunct below the letter. So when you draw k, so if this is your main letter, the matra has to come attached to, be drawn attached to the letter itself, like this. So again, it is shown in the correction. Just for clarification, I'm drawing this again. So this particular matra has to be attached to the letter. Same in the case of gu. If you see it certain places, for example, this particular place, if you see, the matra has been not attached to the letter. It's written separately, which is an incorrect way to write. I think pretty much everywhere it is the same correction. The matra has not been attached to the letter. So that's what all the corrections are shown here. I'll just pick the last assignment. This is a nice and clean assignment from Monica Renaji. Nice, neatly written. Again, as I said, that marking these with red pen, or mentioning these, that these are special rules that will help you. This particular material that you're making right now will really help you for later referencing. So it's nicely done, and I would encourage everyone to write it like this, so that it comes handy for you as a reference later, because you might, there are a lot of special rules in writing Sharda, and especially from now on, when we'll cover conjuncts and rules like these. So I would request everyone to make a special note or write it with a different color. Make notes very clean from now on, because these will take a little time for you to recollect or remember these particular points. So make sure that you really point these out, or write mark these rules specifically on your materials that you're making, so it'll come handy to you. So as I said in the one earlier homework also, and today's homework also, this particular homework also, it's very neatly done, very nicely written. I appreciate that. So I think we'll close the assignments for today, or do you want me to pick up some more assignments, Rakeshji?
No, I think this, maybe you can put one or two more, then let us start.
Okay, sure, I'll do that. Okay, next assignment. Yeah, pretty much rest of the letters are good. Only in case of da and ja. See, again, the corrections have been made, but I would just want to, show it once again, that this particular portion of your letter, it has to, the line has to come straight first. It's the first vertical stroke, and then there is a curve. This doesn't have to go like this and like this. So make sure that you make the curve, start while writing the letter, the first portion of this side curve is vertical, and then there is a slant. So it's been shown here again, as I said, correction has been made, but just for clarification, see this particular curve, it's an incorrect way to write. So it's been shown here. That's what the correction is about. Rest, I think, rest of the letters are good, neatly written. Just want to point here that in case of ku, just don't start this particular matra with two, very like a curve. You don't have to write a Devanagari U here. It just has to be a curve without this first part of the, if you see, when you write a Devanagari matra, you make this particular small, closed loop and then take it further. In case of Sharda, it is not the case. You don't have to really make a closed loop here. It's just probably because of the pen, it has come that ink flow of the pen. But just would like to point out that when you write your matra Sharda, in particular, these particular letters, make sure that you don't close the loop here, not like this. You have to, just make the curve, a clean curve like this without the initial loop. And then the second loop like this. So don't make this as a closed loop as we have in Devanagari. Just pick one more. Okay, so this is couple of corrections here in case of okay. See, in this particular assignment, I believe there is slight confusion that has happened. So we have touched the U matra for ka, ga. Here, in case of ja, there were two separate rules. So I think there's a slight confusion here. First rule was for letters like okay, you've tried to okay, just 1 minute. You have tried to draw all matras with these particular letters, like in case of ka, you have drawn ka, ki, which is good, and ku. In case of ja, again the u is not, we would not follow this u rule for all the letters. For example, in ja or da or to. So this particular rule that we have studied in the last session is only for the 9 letters which were shown. Rest all the letters, for example, na or jo, would follow the normal rule of u and u. So I'll just show for na, that is shown here. So when you write na, your u and u rule is the same that we have. It's this rule. Rakesh ji, have we touched upon u and u, or we yet to do it? I
Yes.
think we've done it.
As you pointed out, that is correct. I think the student has little confusion. What you're
Yeah.
saying is right. Yeah.
No, we have touched this rule, U and U, because I wasn't there for the last 2 sessions, my mistake. So this particular U and then your the U matra and U matra would follow the normal rule, not the special rule. So I think there's a slight confusion. There were 2 separate rules that have been shown. So make sure you go through the assignment, the reference material once again. Otherwise, the formation of the letters, etc., is correct. So I think it's just a slight confusion in writing the rest of the letters. So as I said, the U and U matra that was shown in the last class was only for those specifically those 9 letters, and rest all the letters apart from those 9 letters follow the same rule of U with a small triangle here, and I've drawn this here. Sorry. Rest all the letters would follow this particular rule of this u and this u, sorry, this u and this u. So just for a correction, this particular homework, I think now we'll take it further. And sir, would you repeat the rule for the letters Ju?
Yes, I will do that. I'll do that. Thanks, Nidhi ji. So is my screen visible?
Yes, it's visible.
So
Thank you, everyone.
yes, students, I think let's take that again. There was a mistake from my side. It was my oversight last week when we, let me just show that first once again. This was about Ju. And Ju. So what we know, what we have done last time, I had taken that U from here, which is not correct, we will have to take U from here. So this becomes Ju. Similarly, when example, we know another word, because this will be for students too, so that they understand why I'm saying that. So like example, we had near. When we were drawing near, so U was always on the right side alphabet, right, students? So similarly, when we were drawing G, U was not on the left, U was on the right. So that was, I realized it after I finished my class. So U matra is always, when you have some characters like this, U matra is always on the right hand side. So this is Ju. Now I will just draw that once again, so that just so that there is no confusion now. So there's like small triangle here. This is U. Then this is U. Now if I have to draw U, so there is no difference. So this was U and this becomes U. So that is all. It will be easy now. So always remember, when there is U and U, you have to write on that right side of the figure. So this becomes U and this becomes U. So this is Ju and Ju. So rest, I think rest everything was okay. Almost all the students were basically right. As Nidhi ji has pointed out, only thing is that what you have to do is, when you like example draw Ku like example, do not take that initial this one. It is not like this. That is in Devanagari. We just take basically, this is how we represent U. There is no like in Devanagari we do like this, right? So that this particular portion is not necessary. This is not in Sharda, we don't do it like that. In Sharda, this is how this has to be represented. So I think that is all we had here. So apologize for the mistake from our side. Yes, sometimes it is in our side. So now what we will do today, I want to just take the conjunct rule. So let me just, for that, I will just, we will have to remember a few things, students. So before we take the conjuncts. So first of all, what is a conjunct? Like example, like if I say, I am just, this is Amma. Now what happens, this if I have to do sandhi vichaya, this becomes a, then I am just writing in Devanagari, not Sharda. So ma, then ma, ma plus a. In Devanagari, what we do is this is the half letter ma. So in Devanagari, we write like ma, like this, or if we have ka, we write ka like this. If we have ta, we write ta like this. So if we have va, we just put like this, like example ve. So we just put va half. So this is the formulae what we use in Devanagari. These spatial conjuncts, because when we form these alphabets in Sharda, they follow a different rule, which we will remember today. But for that, I want to just show you one chart. So this is important before we take it. So, oh, sorry. So here, students, let's understand. Do not worry, I will just take you through this in my practice session also. We will have to remember. In fact, I would request students to take this. This will be as an homework for the students to basically write these characters, which there are 4 categories of consonants in Sharda Lipi. 4 categories, and these categories are divided. This is basically it was not any research paper or whatever. This we have made based on the reading our manuscripts and our experience of working on Sharda Lipi from 5-6 years. So what we have come up is there are 4 categories of vowels, consonants in Sharda. One is category A. Category A are those characters which touch the Shirorekha only one time. You see ka, it is touching the Shirorekha one time. Na, it is touching one time. Ra, it is touching Shirorekha one time, right? Tra, ha, va, all these alphabets, if you take the, all these alphabets are where the Shirorekha is touched one time, and this we categorize as category A. I will show as a practice, we will do that. Then category B, those Sharda letters have multiple contact points with the Shirorekha. Multiple means 2 or more than 2. Like example, if you see Kha, Kha is touching the Shirorekha 3 times. If we have to expand it, you see 1, 2, and 3. There it is 2 times. Ga is 2 times. Nya is 2 times. Ya is 2. Sha is 2. Ja is 1, 2, and 3. So it's more than 2 times. So I have multiple contact points. When we say multiple, it is more than 1. That means 2 or more than 2. So this is category B. Then category C is when there are alphabets, all the consonants of Sharda Lipi, where we do not have any Shirorekha. Like example, Gha, Ma, Sa. Even though there is a slight Shirorekha, but there is not a complete Shirorekha. This is also indicative. Even if you don't put the Shirorekha here for Sa, this is still valid. Pa, Sha. So if you see these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 alphabets in Sharda Lipi are considered as the category C. The 4th category D, these are unique representation because there is no concept of Shirorekha or there is no concept of no Shirorekha, because these are written in a different way, like Tha and Na. You see here, No. So this, there can never be a Shirorekha. There is never a possibility of having a Shirorekha. These are special alphabets. These are correct category D. Now I will just show this chart once again. We will just send this as our assignment to students. So, but I will just tell again, category A, where the character touches one time. Category B, where the consonant touch the Shirorekha 2 or more than 2 times. Category C, when there is no Shirorekha. And category D, when there is a spatial unique representation. So let me come here. I will just, what I mean here, we will just do once again this practice. This is very, very, very important rule in Sharda Lipi. That is the reason I'm saying we will have to be very attentive. I think we are going to have more, maybe 4 more classes, including today. So it's very interesting because at the end there are very special rules. We will also send you all these training materials, reference materials for any future guidance. But you will have to basically understand what we say. So first was category A. So what we told in category A, these are the alphabets when it touches the Shirorekha only once. Like example, K, right? So this is category A. Similarly, if I have to show one another alphabet, V, or if I have to show another alphabet, I am just repeating what we saw in the chart. You see here, you see this, what I mean here, it is only touching one time. This is only touching one time. This is only touching one time. So because it is touching one times, this is, this will fall under category A. Now category B. When it was category B, that meant multiple times. Like example, 2 or more than 2 times. Like the example, G, K, it's 2 or more than 2 times. Now if I see here, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So these category B of consonants are where the alphabet touch the Shirorekha more than one time. So there can be many more alphabets. So we have seen even T also can come here. Even T can come here. If I have to take one more alphabet here, B can come here, D can come here. So there just refer the same chart what I was showing here. We don't have to basically just keep writing here because we will provide the reference material. But for your understanding, this is good. So category A, one time, category B, 2 or more than 2 times, then category C. What we told in category C, no, there is no Shirorekha. Like example, P, M, Sh, S. So this, if you see here, these alphabets, we do not add any Shirorekha on the alphabet. So this is category C. There is no, not even one time, not even two times, no Shirorekha. There is no Shirorekha on this. So this is category C. Now category D. What was written for category D as a rule? Unique representation. Unique representation means, like example, th or no. So these are, in fact, just these two you will have to remember. This falls under category D. So this is how was basically our complete representation: A, B, C, D. We will send you this chart as an basically reference material, but as a homework, students, please write. It can, this can be a practice for the consonants, as also it can be a practice for you to remember this A, B, C, and D. Now question comes, why is this category important? Why are we talking about it? So because we are into conjuncts, and that is where now when we have to write some special alphabets. Now let us come to, today we will do only, first let me tell you what exactly in Sharda, how do we represent conjuncts. I gave you example of Amma, Ma, and Ma. So in Sharda, what we do here is, you have to, I will read, I will have to basically state this statement 2 to 3 times. First, in Sharda, when there is a half letter, we will have to write that half letter complete, but the letter following the half letter, we have to write that alphabet below the half letter one. That means, I will repeat again, when there is a half letter in Sharda, we will have to write that complete. That means Ma was there, Ma I will write complete. Now the letter after that, following that half letter, we will have to write that letter below the alphabet. That means here. So always below. So that means Sharda, in Sharda, half letter is written full. The letter following that is written below it, and the matra, like A, if it is A, it will be written above. If it is U, it will be written below. If it is E, it will be written. So upper matras are written above at this point, and lower matra will follow on this particular alphabet. What I mean to say, like example, I will have, suppose Ma, U, or let's take it is Ma, U, Amu. So this is because U is always written below, right? We know that U and U or U, it is always below. So that matra will come on the bottom alphabet, not here. It will not come here. But if it is A matra or E matra, that will come here. That means it is like, suppose example, Ma, it is E will come on the top. E will also will come here, not here. It will not come here. It is not correct. This is not correct. It will always come on the above character, because the matra itself is written above. U and U matra are written below, so that will always come on the bottom alphabet, U or whatever. So that is the reason we write even there can be sometimes 3-4 alphabets. There can be something else. There can be even the after that. What I mean to say, it can be like this sometimes. Suppose if it is ma, then the, it can be 3 like also. It can be 3. So half letter it is written full. The letter following it is written full, but that is also half. So that will also be written down. But then the letter after that, it will come below that. Anything after half letter will be written below. That is the rule. Very hard rule in Sharda, that anything, any character which is after a half letter will be written below. This ta was after the half letter of this ma, it will be written below this ma. This ma itself was after this half letter, it will also be written below. So sometimes there can be alphabet which will complete like ma, like this. It can even be like in a sequence of, it will be like an it can be like a vertical line. That is exactly correct. And in fact, many Indic scripts, like I think Kannada students can also acknowledge it, who are from different parts of India. So these rules are basically used in different language. So this is what we
Sir,
have understood. Yes.
sorry to interrupt you. If you could just state the beginning, the sandhi of this, what you've shown on the screen. If you could just repeat that once again. This come as a question, but I think it will also clarify for other students in the group. Just take that once.
So it was amma. So was full. Then there was ma. I'm just writing the Devanagari. Then it was ma. Then there was so if you see here ma, and this ma, in fact, ma is nothing but ma plus a, because any consonant, consonant, when you do not add a on that, it is half. So that is why it is ma, it is half of it. So this alphabet is considered to be the half. This is full. So any in Devanagari, when we have to write in half, we write it like this. Or in fact, if it is sir, we write it just like this. We don't add a line. We don't add a line. Similarly, if it is k, this k, this is just, if I have to just show you this k once again, it is like this. I'm telling about Devanagari. K. But when it is k, when it is written in a conjunct, in a word, it is written like this. You would have seen, right, in Vakt, like example, or Vyakt. So this is va, it's k. So similarly, v, this is v plus a. When I put halant, this is halant, it becomes just half, just v. So in Devanagari, we just cut that particular alphabet shape and some portion of it, and then write that, which becomes indicative as this is a half letter, and the next letter is will be written completely, or like example Vakt. V means v plus a, v, then k, k, t. So if I have to do this, it is like this. V plus a, which becomes v, plus k, because it is half, plus t, plus t. plus which is t. So is always present in all the vowels. That is the reason when I was giving basically references of matrika, we told this if you remember what was this it was the Chit Shakti, right? It was the supreme consciousness. That was Lord Shiva. We say Lord Shiva is everywhere. Everything, wherever, whatever is there, whatever is perceived, that is always in the consciousness, which is the supreme consciousness. So Lord Shiva prevails everywhere. That is this letter that is the reason that you will find all these consonants, all the consonants, k, kh, g, gh, n, everywhere Lord Shiva is present. Lord Shiva goes everywhere. You cannot have a consonant. That is the reason that consonants are, it is the Shakti Tattva where it cannot exist alone. It needs the vowel with it, which is basically vowels. If you remember, they were Shuddha Tattvas. They stand off their own. They are individual entities. But consonants, K does not stand alone. I have to basically add this particular Chit Shakti on it, then it becomes K. That is K plus if you remember K and so it was Prithvi Tattva and then Shiva Tattva. So that is where, that is how that makes K complete. So it is just as a reference so that you don't forget it. So that is the reason that is always present whenever basically like V, it's V plus K, it's half, and then it is just pure objective tattva, and then t plus it becomes t. So that is how consonants are. Not much. Let me not elaborate on the matrika much, but this was just, I thought I will just give a reference. So I will repeat again here. So what I stated. So what I stated is that in Sharda Lipi, if there is a, like example, the same thing, I will, let us write the same thing. Let me just put Vakt. Now if I have to write this in Sharda Lipi, this becomes V is full, V is full, then K is half. So there is a rule for K which we will know. So always K is written. Anything below K when it has to be written, we'll come to that. But T, because it is after the half letter, T will be written below. So this is how Vakt will be written. Now students can question me why K was not this. Now very correct question. There is no problem. But only thing is that there is a rule. There is a specific rule for K. That is the reason this is written here. But for now, let us remember just that any half letter, when there is any half letter in Sharda Lipi, the letter after that will be written below. So we show the example of Amma. We can take any other examples. I will also take them. But so this is how, this is the rule in Sharda Lipi. Here I will just give a pause. We will just have this. If students have questions, please ask before we proceed, because this is very important. I will take some examples, and I will also talk about why did I mention about this category A, B, C, and D. That is very important. So yeah, Nidhi ji, if any questions are there.
As of now, there are no questions. I think someone is okay. There is one question. Can you show Tha in, okay? Can you show Ka and Ta in Vakt again? The Ta in case of Vakt, since Ta follows a different rule, so I think there's a slight confusion. In Vakt, You can mention the rule here also that we'll cover it later. The formation of the when it's written down is slightly different, but I think you can just show because there are two questions specifically to this particular word.
Sure. So as I mentioned, this K was half. K has a rule that whenever anything has to be written below that, it will not be written complete. There are many rules. This rule for now, I showed you last time also. I told you like example when we were putting ku, right? I also told you it is written like this, right? This was ku. So K has a rule when anything has to be written below it, it will not be written full. So that means this will be written, K will be written just like that. Now example, if I have to write any other alphabet, now I have to write T here. So T will be, so this is Kat. So K half and T. T will be written full, but it will be written below. Now I also showed before that example of Amma. Oh, sorry, I am writing yes.
Sir, in case of the half, the is formed only half when writing below a particular letter, like the rule that we follow for year or
Yes. I think
so
we will take
the.
that.
Yeah, we'll
Yeah.
take that later. So I think maybe there is some questions related to that. So we will leave the, you can just draw half the as it's written under ko. Like we follow a different rule for year while writing below. Similarly for
Oh,
the also, you can just draw it. We'll mention it later, although I'm also mentioning that in the questions.
okay. So no, the what what Nidhi ji is telling in when we have to write waqt. So the generally it should have been written like this, but the when it is written below, Nidhi ji, that will confuse. Let's take that later. We'll take
Okay,
that
no
later.
issue.
I
Okay,
don't
no
want to
issue.
take. When I was talking about Amma, Ma, Ma. Again, I'm telling you, A will not come here. A, E matras will be written, or I matra also will be written above because they are always written above. Only U and U matra will be written with reference to the below letter. So that is very important. So this is Amma. Similarly, if I have to write Amba, let's take Amba. Oh, sorry. Bha, right? So Bha was, you remember students, this is Bha, right? Then A. So this becomes Amba. Now there will be a question why Bha has a Shirorekha but here it did not had a Shirorekha. Then there also can be a question when I am writing Amma, why did you choose this point? Why not this point? This is also okay. So there can be doubts on this, right? So there can be, why not on the center? Why not something on here? Why only on the right hand side? So for that, these categories are important. That is the reason this category. So I will now explain that particular point about the categories. So first we will take the examples about the category A alone. So the if it is category A will right side of the So rule number 1 today, if a alphabet written below, if it is of a category A, will always be written on right side of the above character, and the Shirorekha will be omitted. Like example, let's take few examples here. We have few here, yeah. So Fanda, but Panna, let's take Fanda. Fanda in Devanagari. So whenever we will have to write conjuncts, so let's put fur first. It was, so this was fur. Na is half, so na will be written full. So the, because it is after the half letter, as I have told, the half letter, the letter which is after the half letter will be written below. So how do we write the? And then the Shirorekha will be omitted. There will not be, do not have to make this Shirorekha. So any, because this particular the, I know it is little bit, students have to be little attentive today, but please be with us. We will try to make it as easy as possible for you. So if you see here, this alphabet was of the character A, right? Because category A, because it was touching the Shirorekha only once. But when it is written below, it will be written on right hand side. You see, it is right hand side, right? Not this way. I will not add anything here. There can be any other alphabets. We will take few examples. Do not worry. And then so omit the Shirorekha at that particular, ignore that particular Shirorekha. So that this is Fanda. We will take the examples when the below character is only of a category A. Maybe students can post there some examples. I will write those, but this is very important. Let's see what's some. Okay. Okay, Kasba. Very good. This is better example. Kasba. Kasba. Students would have realized one more important point. One more important. But here you see in Devanagari, the word complete word has a common Shirorekha. But in Sharda Lipi, we do not join the alphabets in a word with a Shiro. We just keep them separate. So this is another important point which students have to remember. So just what I will do, first K will be written complete. So K little bit, this line has to be little broader. Sir. So we know sir, right? B. You see here, I have not touched, I have not connected this Shirorekha. This is another important point. Do not connect this Shirorekha here. Just keep it separate. Now you will tell them how this will be differentiated with the different word. Then you just keep a more gap there. That is all. Now B. How B is written in Sharda Lipi? We know that B is this. So B will not connect on the left side. What I wrote? Because B is of category A, right? So B will always be written on right side of the above character and the Shirorekha will be omitted. So on the right side of this character, so that means this is left, this is right, correct? So extend this line, B, and Shirorekha is omitted. That means do not add a Shirorekha. And this becomes Kasva. We will also give examples. Students can try it. Let me take another very good example. Okay. We will be little slow. I know this is little bit for students because they are doing it first time. So you will have to just remember those rules. So suppose this K, Pakka. So P will be written full. This K, it will be written because it has some alphabets below that. I will have to write it half only. That is the only with K there is a problem. And this K, it is written below. It will be written full. And then this becomes Pakka. You see the difference here? So this K is okay. Why? Now you will say why this K is full and this is half. Because there is nothing below this K, so it will be written complete. Because there is something below this K, it will be written half. Any K, when something has to be written below it, it will always follow this particular pattern. That's a rule for K. There are many different rules which we will learn about those things, but this you will have to remember this. So this K also was a category A, right? Because it was touching Shirorekha only one. Let's take some other example if we have in this chart. Kalandar. This is okay. We can take this Chakkar. Okay, this Chakkar we can take. Chakkar is there. We will take this. Then Kalandar. Let's take these two examples. Okay. Yeah. So how it will be written? K is full. There is no problem. We will write it full. Little bit extend. Always K should have a better Shirorekha. L is full. There is no problem. Just see this. I'm not touching the Shirorekha with this particular word. This is also another observation which students should remember. So this is L. N is half. It will be written full. Now I don't want to keep it the same length because half is there, so I have to be proportionally better. The is after the half letter, so the will be written below and towards right hand side, and it will the Shirorekha will be omitted. the this becomes Kalandar. So this we saw, N was half, it will be written full, and any letter below the half letter, which was the here, and the was of a category A, it will be written below. So this becomes Kalandar. Nidhi ji, any questions?
No, sir, there are no questions as such as of now.
Okay. You have any example words which you want to give?
There is one question. Maybe you could just touch upon for halant that although it's done in the matra section, but it could clarify some doubts here in case there is a halant and half while writing half letter and while writing halant, what are the points that we can be in case there's a doubt that as you had mentioned, I think earlier that halant would come at the end of the letter, so just draw
Yeah, yeah.
halant, whereas in especially for letter like k, so because we are saying when it's written half, it changes its form. So in case k has a halant, how would
Yeah,
that
let's take
work
that.
out?
Let's take that. Suppose I will take one Devanagari. I will take one word. Even though this will not be grammatically correct word or whatever, I am just taking it for example. Suppose there is a word, or maybe pach, something like that. So that means this is half. What we do here, pa is full, no problem. Ka, this is just ka. So that means what we will do, we will, because it is at the end, right? So what I will do, this I will write full, and then this halant symbol in Devanagari is like this. We know that in Sharda Lipi it is like this. So always when there is a, now suppose there is a word, the same thing. Suppose there is a word for, how is it different? So suppose example, what is difference between in this? Let's see that. So this is is half, and then this is third. So here, even though it is half, but because there is after that something coming, we will not add halant, we will add the other word below it. But here, because this is at the end, this halant is at the end, always we use the same halant here. Similarly here, suppose purchase. So per then this is halant. So halant is just in the same way what we do in Devanagari. This is the same rule, only in Devanagari we do like this, and in Sharda we keep like this. So that is the only difference here.
Sir, what I would suggest is instead of taking the further rules, if you could just revise the first category A rules once again,
Yes.
and category B, and also just touch upon k once more, that half k when written on the top, and for example in chakka that you had shown, if you could just repeat those two rules. We have another 10-12 minutes or to go, and I think we should clarify
Sure.
those and then take further rules later.
So let's today let's only focus on this particular category A. So students can write their own examples, write their own assignments, whatever they can. Basically, I will just take only this. So category A, what we learned today, category A are those alphabets which are always touching the Shirarekha only one time. You see here, one time. This is also one time. L is also one time. This is V. This is H, Sh, Tra. All these alphabets, all these consonants are touching the Shirarekha one time. So this is category A. Now there is a rule for when we basically do the conjuncts. When we do the conjuncts, now what we will have to do is, like example, that is what I will have to write again. When the character which is to be written below belongs to category A, it should be written on right and the rekha needs to be omitted. Let's just focus only on these points. This is very important point. Now let us take one. I will take one another example now. Suppose Pallavi. Then we will take another example of. We will just take these two examples for today. Then we will just do a revision next class. But in Devanagari, we touch it. This is a single word. So what I do here, Pa will be written complete. There is no problem. L, this is L. It's not L. So L is half. What I do, L will be written complete. And this L is after this, so it will be written below that. And then Shirodekha will be omitted. Right side. That means I will not connect the line here. I will connect the right towards the right side. L, V is the same, and E. So this becomes Pallavi. So this is how we write in Sharda. Now Vakt. V, K, T. Vakt. Now why this half? Anything the K follows a rule. K has a rule that if anything written below it should be kept half. which is nothing but anything. Whenever any alphabet, I can write m under k, I can write t under k, I can write sh under the, whatever I have to write below k, anything, when anything has to, I can write u or u, we learned u or u, right? I can write anything below k. K always has to be written like this. Like when I wrote pakka, I showed you there, right? So k, something has to be written below it. So then another k, but there is nothing after that. This k is free, there is nothing below it, so this curve is written complete, and then a, and then shirorekha is omitted. We don't add a shirorekha here. See here, we do not add a shirorekha here. See here, we did not add a shirorekha here. So that is what is basically is the today's session, today's class. I think what we learned today is just for students to just reframe what we have done. We did the category A, category B, category C, category D. We understood what it means. So students have to just write this page and show that as a header, that category A characters this, category B characters this, category C and category D. This will do a revision also, and also it will also help us for basically in the further next class when we take other complicated other conjuncts which are of category B or C. So those I think next class we will cover B and C. So that is important rule. In addition to that, students can take these examples or any other example. It can be like Vakt or Pallavi or any, whatever you find those characters which have category A written below. See, shirorekha is dropped when category A is written below. But that's very important. So I would request students to do this practice, and yes, let's meet next Saturday, and please do your assignments. We will attach these as a training materials, also as a reference materials. Yeah.
Yeah, just wanted to also add that you can also go through the sheet of words that was shared last week. You can just go through that practice. You don't need to upload that. If you want, you can upload. Otherwise, you can just practice that sheet at your end itself. And today's all the material, the chart that will be shared in the reference material folder. All the charts will be shared, and you can pick up the letters, and as sir said, you can make your own words. Otherwise, this particular chart of the words etc will also be shared in the reference folder, in the reference material folder.
Okay, thank you, students.
Thank you, everyone.